Ladies and gentlemen, the team. At this time, we'd like to ask everyone to please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
And that's all you need to hear when you know it's Friday night. And of course, we are back here at the Oxford Stadium here on what a week a difference makes, right? Exciting contest last weekend, that homecoming week, coming off of a big victory over West Bloomfield, that 34-33. Last a few minutes, I tell you, it was amazing. We were happy to do it. Weather-wise, it was more like summer. We're back here in the football stadium this Friday night, the 10th, and it is more football-like. We're seeing some overcast, cooler temperatures. Probably for the players, a little bit easier to play out there on the field. Tonight's contest here, we are definitely want to thank our people who bring it to you. I want to thank our broadcast team. We got a new one on camera one tonight. His name is James. Thank you, James. And also we have none other than Dan Weiss running the master control. And the Rover, the only place we'd have him out on the field, that's Joe Hollywood Calhoun. Troy Athens, the Red Hawks varsity football roster, football team coming in here. Their record 2-4 overall, 1-4 in the OAA Blue. Oxford comes in a bit stronger. Their record 4-2 and 2-2 in the OAA Red. So should be a pretty good, even matched up contest. Again, Oxford definitely faring pretty well after the big beatdown of West Bloomfield. I shouldn't say beatdown. It was just by 1 point, but they earned every point they got on the scoreboard. Good stuff here tonight. Hopefully we'll see you on the stream. We are on the stream right now on YouTube. And obviously, if you're watching this, you're probably watching the stream. Good stuff. Hopefully, we have our cast of regulars check in on the chat. I tell you, Dragon fan Tim, if you're out there tonight, we're going to need Tiger scores. We definitely going to get some Tiger scores in there. Want to keep following that game. Everybody a Tiger fan, whether you're from Troy or even Oxford. Big kickoff. Here we go with it, and Oxford will take the ball first. And they'll see what they can get going offensively, and they roll up the middle, and he's still rolling around the corner, number 5 for Oxford. Big run around, and Troy trying to get through, trying to get something going, and they'll take him out about maybe the 35-yard line. That run by Chase Cardona. It looks like we might already have a flag on the play, I think. I don't. Did we have a flag on the play? I heard someone, yep, there's a flag down. It could be going against Oxford here. And it is against Oxford, so will they do that kick again? I would imagine. I'm not quite sure. Or they're going to tack it on from where. So holding play on the Wildcats. So that ball will be brought back on what was a decent run back in the Oxford territory back there again, as I say, down by the 20. A good run there, but hey, that holding call, and that'll back him up just a tad. Jack Hendricks will be your QB tonight for Oxford, as he always is. He's out of the shotgun right now. He's got two on each side, a man in the backfield. He's going to the air, and he's going to try to get out of that little mess they had in the beginning. First down gained, not a problem, and they sit at the 40, probably 46. So the chain gang will move again.
To number 88, Hasselbrink, brought down by Cook. Results of the play, the 24th Street Tavern Wildcat.
JR, the house announcer tonight, big Tiger fan. He come dialed in there with all his Tiger gear. And I'm like, where's your Oxford stuff? He goes, hey, the Tigers got to win. Jack Hendricks over center. Looks like he's got a balanced line. He's got two on our side and one in the backfield. Hands off. Boom, up the middle he goes. And what about looks like about a 6-yard gain on the play.
On the stop.
Once again, great to have you on our feed tonight on YouTube. Again, we hope you guys are enjoying some of these. Again, this game will be edited down for later broadcast purposes, but tonight what you see is what you get live. You will see the halftime show and everything in between. Good stuff in there, and hope you guys enjoy these. We like doing them. We like bringing them to you and bringing a slice of Oxford back to wherever you are. Jack Hendricks over center. He's got two in the backfield, one in motion. Hands off, boom, up, and there goes the first down plus. And he'll get to, let's say, about the 36, headed down to the goal post or to the end zone. So Cats getting off to a good offensive start already. And again, Troy Athens comes in. Again, they are just one grade down in the blue division. So definitely they're going to be playing their hearts out against this Oxford team, a very strong Oxford team. Hendricks over center. He's got a man in. Ooh, bad snap. This is going to hurt him if he gets nailed. And that was a big, gigantic loss of yardage on a missed snap there. Recovered by number 6, Chris Pullman, who usually runs the other way with it. He fell on the ball. And I'm going to be interested to find out where this goes. This is going to be about second and about 30 yards to get on a bad snap. Whoa, not a good way to start this night out. And that will be 32. We did almost call that one correctly, Dan. Second and 32. You got to imagine he's going to the air on this. Hendricks over center. He's got a man in motion, two in the backfield. He definitely needs to get some yardage on this. He's second down and 32. And, yes, he goes to the air big time, all the time in the world. He's got defenders coming at him, still looking to get rid of it, and he plucks it away at about the 50. It'll still be about third down and 22 probably.
11.
So not a good start already with the bad snap. That kind of brought him back for some yardage there. Troy can only be happy about that. Getting this one off to a little bit of a rocky start. But, again, what a great finish last week. We can't say that enough. Hendricks over center or out of the shotgun right now. He's got 3 on the far right, 1 on our side. He's got a man in the backfield going to the air, a little pitch outplay to Pullman. Pullman rolls it around. He's going to get up to about the original line of scrimmage. Still on the move, and this could be, well, he's got the first down. He's not going to be denied. He said, hey, I fell on it back there. I'm going to take it in the end zone this time. On the third down carry in about 22, he got it all the way down to the end zone for 6. From Hendricks to Chris Pullman on a big run. 6 up on the board for your Wildcats. And that Oxford band definitely playing the tune we love. Hail to, oh yeah, definitely. Got to say hi to everybody wearing tonight. Both sides are wearing pink, supporting Breast Care Awareness. You'll notice that more on the Troy Athens uniform, and we do have a flag. Oh my God, is this what's going to happen? This is what hurt West Bloomfield against Oxford last week, where flags kept bringing them back. And again, it can only be much to the happiness of the Troy defense. Wow. That is big. 8:57, no score as of right now. And they are going to replay the third down. Not quite sure what it was, but I tell you, they definitely, the officials are calling early on there. So 2 kind of breaks for Troy Athens here. Hopefully they can capitalize on this. 3rd and 17 to get a first, which originally was a nice run through down to the end zone. Here we go. Back to it. He's going to go to the air. He's got defenders coming in on him. Long pass, and that will get intercepted by Troy. Troy gets an interception, number 3, with the off to the races. Grayson Conrad, and he's still going. No Oxford players getting him. Conrad might go in, and he'll be dropped at about the 6.
Jack Hendricks pass. Picked off by number 3, Grayson
Conrad, Troy Athens, wow, coming into the house here and definitely showing some spirit on a bad, I tell you, wow. So what looked like a great offensive charge on for your Wildcats has turned the tables to the Troy Athens. We'll see what they can do to punch it in from about 6 out. 1st and I believe it's going to be 1st and 7. And here you go. We'll see who their offensive charge will start with. And not something we thought we were going to see here. Wow, big breaks here for the Troy Athens. Over center, number 2, he hands off. Right up the middle, he's going to get about, and I believe he goes in for the TD. QB Andrew Dunlap on that.
Number 2 into the end zone for the Redhawks.
And instead of an Oxford 6, we now see a Troy Athens 6 up on the board. Can't imagine Coach is going to be happy about that. Starting out strong, and on a bad snap, it just kind of fell apart. So they'll see what they can do to notch another one. It looks like they have ready to kick. It looks like number 3. 33. And that, of course, is Noah Bohms. Bohms on the kick. Boom. And uprights. And there you go. Troy Athens comes into Oxford already 7-0. Your Wildcats are going to have to regather. They're going to hopefully get back on track here. Didn't look like the offense that we've been seeing here, and I tell you, Troy Athens was able to capitalize on the whole situation.
All 3 levels of Oxford volleyball program will be in action next Wednesday at home against North Farmington. This is an OAA division matchup. The freshmen and JV will play at 5:30, followed by the varsity team at 7. These matches will take place in the Ian Smith Gymnasium next Wednesday, October 15th. Hope to see you all there to support Oxford Wildcat Volleyball.
Anyways, here we go. We're going to do it again. Cats will get the ball and see what they can do and try to even it up here. But Troy Athens said, hey, we may have drove a long way to get up to Oxford. We're still here, and we're planting it here in the field. And here we go. We'll see what they can do back in the backfield. Looks like I think it's number 5. And again, that's Chase Cardona, who had a pretty substantial run in the first kickoff, but was brought back with another penalty. And here we go, big boot. And it'll go to the run, try to get his number here. And he'll be stopped at here about the 21. Oh, still going. But then Troy Athens brings him down. I believe that is number 5 on the run. That would be Chase Cardona.
Cardona on the return, 1st and 10 Wildcats.
So back to an offensive charge they go.
Chill on the tackle.
Once again, saying hi to everybody supporting the breast care awareness, wearing pink tonight. And again, it's very noticeable on the Troy Athens uniforms. They're all wearing like pink socks, but a lot of Oxford support as well. Here we go. Hendricks out of the shotgun. He's got two on the far right, one here, two on each side, nobody in the backfield. Definitely planning on hitting the air on this one. Boom. Out there it goes and overthrown. Score right now is 7-0 at 8:12 in the first, and it is not an Oxford plus. I mean, again, this OAA conference, you don't let their divisions even confuse you because they can change in a minute. Despite this OAA blue team, I mean, they are dug down deep and heavy. Here we go. Hendricks out of the shotgun. He's got one man in motion far side. He hands off to number 19. We always see good stuff from him. And he'll get a first down and maybe 2+. And that, of course, is going to be the run from Hendricks to Seth Tabor, who played a very well-played game last week.
Brady Osman. Result of the play is a 24th Street Tavern Wildcat first down.
Every time they get a first down, JR calls. One of our local taverns have sponsored the first downs. As one of our other businesses have, I guess they've sponsored the third downs as well. That's a big third down. Hendricks over center right now. He's got two on each side and one up there. He's going to hand it off to Tabor again for about a 4-yard gain as they march it down.
Gain of about 3 on the play. Ledley on the stop.
Looking at about a 2nd and 7 right now. It's 7-18, and Troy does lead this one 7-0. You'll see the halftime show here live on our YouTube page. They put on a great program last week with all the festivities surrounded with homecoming. Hendricks over center. He's got a man behind him and one in motion. Hands off. It looks like Tabor's going to get it again. Tabor's screwing up the yardage. Paying for real estate plus. He gets 10 and maybe 12 on that.
Tabor, the ball carrier, brought down by Dunlap.
Once again, great to have you along with us. Again, if I'm going to join our stream here myself, and we love to keep in contact with those out there. Dragon fan Tim, not quite sure where you are tonight. Hopefully you're with us, but I think there's going to be a lot of TVs dialed in on a game out in Seattle. Hate to say it, but true. Big Tigers. Everybody's a Tigers fan lately. Hendricks goes to the air. He's got people around. He pops it over for the outlet. Number, it looks like 42. Of course, you know him. And that, of course, is A.J. Krupa.
To A.J. Krupa. Dunlap on the tackle. 5 yards on the game. 2nd down.
Dragon fan Tim saying Mr. Score Guy is here. Thanks, Dragon fan. Sophia, you know how I feel. Hendricks over center, looking to go to the, oh, nope, hands off. And we get maybe, 4 or 5 yards on that play. Tabor doing pretty well, chewing up that real estate, getting it down to hopefully an end zone and a score.
Ledley on the stop.
Sparsely populated fan zone across the way. We have our typical pack section over here on the Wildcat side. Traveling up from Troy. Hendricks out of the shotgun. He's got 2 on the far left, 1 in the backfield. And he hands off guy. I believe it's Tabor that's got it again. He'll get it's going to be close. Could be a first down.
Seth Tabor, the ball carrier.
And not sure if he got enough there. It might be about a yard shy. Yeah, it looks like it's about About 4th and 3 on there. Dragon fan, you know what we call that? Okay, hold on. Oh, my God. A punch out over to Tabor, and that was Hendricks on the Dragon fan. You're a comedian too, okay? Dragon fan says it's better than an 0-6 Dragon fan, but what we do there is we call that a room for growth, okay? A lot of room for growth. Anyways, good to have you with us, everybody, on our stream tonight. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the watch. Feel free to say hello and tell us where you're at. We got our Dragon fan, Tim. He always keeps us up. Sophia, she's always on there, too. Anyways, back to some live action here out of the shotgun. Hendricks hands off to number 6 on the carry, and right around the corner, misses a few defenders. Pushing his hand up there. He's going to go, and I think he might go in. He gets stopped up. Number 6, of course, Chris Pullman, who wants to see the end zone. He saw it once earlier on a pullback with a penalty. Another first down coming at you, courtesy of Mr. Pullman and Jack Hendricks. Not really a bad night for football. This is kind of what you normally expect in October. Last week was a kind of an anomaly, I'd have to say. Okay, over center right now. He's got 2 in the backfield, and it looks like he's going to punch it over to Seth Tabor. Going to get the honors of punching it in for 6 on Oxford as they go up on the board against a Troy Athens team. And for the extra point, here we go, number 7, who is doing very, very well. Boom. And right through the uprights it goes. And that, of course, is Max Palikos. And, again, we have gotten, I hope we got the right pronunciation for Max's name. Again, usually we find out about the end of the season. But Max doing good, and congratulating him on all his efforts this year. And without saying, we're going to mention it most of the year probably, without saying what tough shoes to fill. Those Katie brothers definitely put a mark here. But it looks like it could be the Max Palikos years now coming here in Oxford. Kylie, yes, it just got underway, and Troy Athens made a powerful stab back on the kickoff. Oxford had a few unneeded penalties and miscues. Troy Athens went up on the board first. Oxford just scoring that, so they're notched at 7 at 4:06 in the first. Wow, that's good news for Lake Orion, up by 1. That's good stuff. 7-6. Lake Orion over Adams. Are they playing Are they playing at home there, Tim? Big boot. Well, kind of a rolling boot. He did touch it. He'll fall on it at about the 28. Not quite sure if Lake Orion's playing on the green stuff down just a few miles away, or they're playing over there at Adams. I know we were at Adams a few years ago, and they do have bagpipers. So, of course, the Highlanders, that's their name. Clarkson 7-zip over West Bloomfield. There is a contest right there. We mentioned that last week, and that is going to be one to watch. Now, is Clarkston 7 over West Bloomfield? Are they at West Bloomfield or Clarkston? Just curious about where that's happening. Again, we went on the road one year. We're trying to do that again if we can get some sponsors to go on the road next year. Out of the shotgun, he hands off to number 10. And that, of course, we know is Kanan Hanberry on the carry. Notching some yardage. Their QB looks like it's Grayson Conrad. Now, West Bloomfield last week was running almost like, I'm not quite sure that was a regular thing they do. They were doing like a 2 QB system. They had, I can't remember his name now, but one gentleman that would just, he was more like a halfback that was a quarterback. He would do the runs, and then they had another guy that would go to the air. Out of the shotgun right now, it looks like we have number 3, Grayson Conrad. Number 11, he goes in motion. Conrad is going to hand it off for a big yardage gain, about 4 or 5. Number 10 on the carry, Cannon Hanbury. It looks like that might be the tandem tonight. Okay, 8-7. Adams at Adam. What? That would be Lake Orion over Adams, right? 8-7, and that's over. Yeah, okay, at Adams. I got it. Okay, we got it. I'm understanding Dragon fan Tim's shorthand. Good stuff. You're gonna have to, Dragon. You're gonna have to make your way up here to the booth one time. You have to get it if you can. Make your way down here. We're gonna put you on. Okay. Got one more Friday to do it, I believe. Okay, here we go. Back to it offensively for Troy, and they'll hand off to number 16. Haven't seen him move yet, but he's moving now. And that, of course, is Nathan Pigot. Pigot on the carry for about a 6, maybe 7-yard gain on the play. It should be about 2nd and 4. 2nd and 3. I don't know, 2nd and 10. No, let's say 2nd and 4. There we go. So they're playing at Adams tonight. Lake Orion making a little bit of a stab over there at 8-7. Out of the shotgun, handoff to, didn't quite get the number there, but he gets stopped up by the entire Oxford defensive line. And that, of course, was Macklin Karula. Here we go, big 3rd down. Macklin got met by the entire defensive line here. $1.50 as we get out of we'll be out of the first and then into number 2. But it has been a fast-moving quarter here. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Thank you for watching OCTV, Oxford Community Television, on our YouTube Live page tonight. I want to thank the many entities that allow us to do what we do here. We'll thank them here shortly. Let's get back to it offensively. Troy trying to make another stab at the end zone. Out of the shotgun, he's got man on the far right, one on here, man in motion. Hands off to number 3. Oh, no, that's a trick. Number 2 kept it. Andrew Dunlop on the carry. It looks like it's going to move the chain gang down 10. 1st and 10. It's going to be quite interesting to find that Clarkson West Bloomfield. That is going to, I know, without a doubt, that will change things in the red. Now, I do believe our win last week might have elevated us against over Adams. I'm not. I have to go back and look. But that OAA red, whether you're playing football or any other sport, is always moving up and down. Out of the shotgun, Troy's got men on each side, one in motion. He gets it and hands off to number 12, and that, of course, Jack Boren. Oh, Danbury, my bad. Dan Hanbury on the carry. Got to say hi to Kylie on our stream. You can jump on there and make a comment if you want to. Looks like we got about 56 of you watching the show tonight. Thanks. Appreciate it. Again, thanking our many entities that allow us to do this. That would be the Oxford Township Board, the Oxford Village Board, the Addison Township Board, and Leonard Village, all contributing their amount so we can stream these games. Also, again, we are still looking for some sponsors for any one of our sports or any one of our musical programs. That will get us to cover even more. Again, this challenging time with funding and cable and a lot of legislation happening there. And we definitely would encourage you, if you know of anybody that would like to have a business, we have a reasonable package. We can put you on a football game. We can put you on a basketball game. We can put you at a musical concert or swim meet, whatever. It definitely, you'll get your money's worth and more. Contact our office at 248-628-9658. And become a sponsor at OCTV. We would love to have you.
These schools belong to all of us and serve as strong anchors for our community. We hope you take a few moments to learn about the proposals and cast your ballot on November 4th. For more information, visit oxfordschools.org/millage. Thank you, and go Wildcats.
14-8 right now, and the way you're writing that, that's Lake Orion leading that one, and that's at Adams. Wow, that is some big stuff going on down there. Lake Orion waking up, right? 14-8 over Adams. Or it could be the other way. As they flip the sides, a fumble there by number 2, Andrew Dunlap on the fumble. Did they get the ball back? We'll find out whether Oxford gets it or... And it looks like maybe... The Redhawks did recover their own fumble there, which that could have been very challenging for them if they wouldn't have. Third down, 11:36 in the second. So right now we go around the scoreboard. This is all we got right now. 14-8. Lake Orion leads Rochester Adams at Adams. The Rochester Adams Highlanders. Still interested in the Tigers score of anything from Clarkson and West Bloomfield. And this is third down, number 2, Dunlap. He rolls out. He's got defenders everywhere and doesn't get the ball. It's incomplete, and that should be like 4th and 13. And 13, so they'll definitely punt this one away. Here we go. We are still rolling. And they're going to punt it off. Cats will get a chance to go back on the offensive charge. And they does sort of take an Oxford bounce. It'll pop out at about the 31. Couldn't have done any better than that. That's awesome. And it'll be first and down for your Wildcats as they march down to the other end. Yep, on Sunday night, I believe, Kylie, Detroit Lions will play Kansas. And you don't tell me you're a Mahomes fan. Please don't tell me that, okay? I don't want to know. You like the Lions. You're a Lions fan, right? Anyways, if the Tigers win tonight, from what I understand, we're going to have multi-sports on Sunday night. So if you get any personal time at the office, I'd maybe call in tomorrow and say, hey, look, I need some extra time. I need Monday off. Jack Hendricks over center. Man in motion. We're going to go to the air right now. A little screen pass over to number 10, and he'll get about 10, even maybe more. Oh, he gets stopped up by number 3, who was down on the Grayson Conrad, who was actually already on the carpet. And your runner, number 10, Connor Hickey, who made his first offensive charge tonight. Okay, good to hear that, Kylie. I know some people that like Patrick Mahomes, and then the other guy who likes the one singer lady. We know who she is. I know. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying Taylor Swift at all. Run up the middle. Hands off to number 19, of course. We know who that is. That is Seth Tabor. 9-0, Grand Blanc over Saginaw United. Again, we were passing some winning prayers on to our good friends in Grand Blanc. And I tell you, I know how important the football team was for Oxford after the situation here in Oxford. And again, football always kind of bringing everybody together and, a family affair. So still thinking about our friends in Grand Blanc. They lead the score over there in Saginaw United 9-0 right now. Sophia, we know you're a Lions fan. Hand off to number, I believe that was 5. I do believe that was Chase. I'm not, can't say quite who had that one. Once again, hope you guys are doing well wherever you are on a Friday night, getting some football going. Big games tomorrow. Oh, College Day. We always tune in there. Frankenmuth, 43-0 over Bridgeport right now. Dragon fan, what are we covering the North tonight? Thanks, Dragon. Hendricks over center, man in motion. Boom, he's going to hand that off to Tabor again. Tabor chews up some yardage. Either Dragon fan's on vacation right now and he's up north, or he's just following the Mid-Michigan's scoreboard. Jack Hendricks over center, far right side. He's got two in the backfield. Going to hand that one right off to number 12. Oh, Tabor again on the carry. Number 19. I don't know why it was looking like number 12, but it did. So do we, Kylie. We hope they win tonight. It's always good to air a winning game. We love airing winning ones. I mean, we air them when we don't win either. And this is our chance to thank our good friends at the Orient Network Television, ONTV, who graciously gave us the file of that victory Oxford had over Lake Orion. We have that little gentleman's agreement. And even if we lose to Lake Orion, we make sure we give them a DVD. Hendricks over center right now, man in motion, going to go to the air, looking downfield, and that ball is caught at about the 19. And that ball was caught by Casper on the catch. Brody, big catch there. Moving the chain gang once again. A little bit of a windy night tonight. Again, probably way more comfortable for the players. Hendricks over center right now. He looks pitch out to number 6. Around the corner he goes. Gets by maybe a few defensive players, but then he's met by 3.
Chris Pullman, the ball carrier. Canberry led the charge on defense. 3rd down.
3rd down right now. 7:38. Notched at 7 here in Oxford right now. Said we were expecting a little rain. It started to drizzle while the team was setting up the system. But right now, perfectly clear. Nice fall night here in Oxford. Hendricks out of the shotgun. He's got 2 over on the far left here. 1 out the right. Foul legs hit the dirt, and looks like it might be illegal motion against Troy, but they're pointing the other way, so it will go back. Oxford with another unneeded penalty, and this is going to be, let's see if we'll indicate what this is, but that's going to cost Oxford a little bit. Should be, not quite sure what this was, but it wasn't good. If it's going that way, it's not good. James doing good up there? Good. We got James he's running the camera way better than I did it. Dan was happy to have him up there. Hendricks out of the shotgun, man in motion, and they got some yardstick chunk up here. Hendricks is going to, oh no, he gives it off to number 6, and that's going to go in for a TD. Chris Pullman on the handoff. So they got themselves a bit in trouble. They decided to march it down. Now they lead it by 6. And coming out, Max P. I'm going to call him Max P until we find out how to say it. I don't want to butcher his name the whole season. Max P going to kick this one on between the uprights. We'll see what he can do. Been doing well so far. Come on, Max. Everybody cheering for you. And boom, and yes, up between the uprights. Good job there, sir. So Cats take a lead at 14 to 7 at 6:45 in the middle of the second. Diane Hershey, good to have you on board tonight. Drew Holt, Orion score update. Hey, Drew, Dragon Fan Tim is our score guy. And we are paying him a lot of money for it, okay? Lots of moolah. Dragon Fan, he kind of mentioned that last week, actually. He was like, hey, I'll get some. 6:45 in the second. Right after this, we go right to our halftime performance with the band. Without saying, a bunch of seasoned professionals there, too. Again, the talent that comes out of the school is just amazing. $19 on the kickoff, and is that 19? And that will be Ryan Clark, number 18 on the kickoff. First and 10 for the Red Hawks. They got 6:45 here to get it downfield. We keep fluctuating. We go from like 61 to 58 on the stream. I think people are hitting the maybe the Tigers stream. Yeah. $6:45, and I go off to the concession stand and buy a nice diet hot dog. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, right? Okay, here goes Troy's attempt to see what they can march it downfield and maybe score before we hit the locker room. 6:45 in the second. Oxford leads it 14 to 7. They're bringing the ball a little bit closer to our vantage point. We don't mind. Thank you. And he will get the 10. I believe he does get the first down.
Tackled by a host of Wildcats. Gain of 2 on the play. Second down.
Oh, gain of 2. That looked like he was going the other way. Maybe that defense was pushing him back. That's what it was. I was like, wow, he's doing pretty good. Anybody Bueller? Are you? Yeah, I love the diet hot dog. Looking to go to the air. Ooh, and he gets the ball, gets just dropped and shy of the first down, number 16. And he was hit pretty hard. Nathan Pigot on the Grayson Conrad pass. And it looks like it might be a bit shy of a first down.
Carrier, third down.
Well, the reason why we don't got a score from the Tigers, well, it doesn't start till 8 o'clock. We're at 7:39 right now, right? Okay, there we go. I was looking myself. Three in the backfield, including your QB, and he marches it up for a keeper, and maybe gets the first down.
Dunlap, the ball carrier.
Dunlap got it over for about a 3-yard gain for first down.
Result of the play, Red Hawk first down.
Again, we're going to be well into our halftime performance when the Tiger game gets started. We'll try to keep you updated just so you're inclined not to stray away from this little broadcast. We need you here. Andrew Dunlap out of the shotgun, hands off to We'll see who it is, but he gets maybe a yard two best. 426 right now. That guy's a pretty big.
The ball carrier, Candela, and a host of Wildcats on the stop. Gain of 1.
Big ball carrier. I didn't quite see the number, but he was pretty substantially big. He met the defensive line. They said, "Hey, welcome to Oxford." 4:01. The clock's rolling right now. 14-7. Your Wildcats lead it by 7 here in the second. Out of the shotgun, Andrew Dunlop. Dunlop hands off. Oh, he's going to keep it. He's rolling out, and he gets that ball to his receiver, number 3. And that, of course, is Grayson Conrad. Dunlop to Conrad. Well, I'm not quite sure. I thought we saw Conrad double as a QB at once. I could be wrong on that. But I do believe Conrad was a QB. We know Dunlap is. I think you're going to hear it. Here we go. Let's let JR do his business. Did he do it? Oh, he did? We missed the big JR move there. We steal that from him, actually. Okay, trying to get it, and they hand the ball off, and your carrier will get the first down plus. And that goes to Kanan Hanbury once again on the carry.
Hanbury, the ball carrier. Zaborski on the stop. Results of the play is a Red Hawk first down.
15-14 Adams. Someone says that Adams is leading this one or what? Out of the shotgun once again, number 2 sits there. That's Andrew Dunlop. He's got a full array of receivers far side. Little pitch out pass, and that'll get misread and dropped by Kanan Hanbury, who's been pretty much on the mark with Dunlop all night. .259, and we get to the half. Trying to prevent trying to prevent Troy from punching one in before the halftime show. Out of the shotgun he is, and that's Andrew Dunlop. Man in motion. He keeps it. It's a keeper. And he'll find himself in trouble. Dunlop will get dropped right about the line of scrimmage. 2:48 right now in the second. Wildcats lead it by 7. Adams leading that one. Okay, good job. Adams leading. Either way, that could go either way. We like Lake Orion and Adams too, so they're playing a tough contest. I'm curious about the West Bloomfield Clarkson game. Now, I believe that would be tonight. They're not playing on a Saturday, I don't think. If anybody gets that score, that'd be great. Clarkson and West Bloomfield. There's the powerhouses right there. Okay, trying to get this big conversion here, and your quarterback sits over center. Hands off to the big guy middle. He gets about 5 yards on it. This will be about 4th and 6. Cardona on the tackle, making a good one there. It looks like maybe 4th and 6 on this one. 4th and 7. They got about $1:48. Clock still is a running clock here. Here we go. Their chance to see what they're going to do offensively. They're going to try to punch it up a bit further. $1:29, and this is a big move for Troy. Out of the shotgun and looking to, they'll call timeout. Not liking what he saw. The coach came out there and says, we need a timeout. Clarkson calls the timeout. Icing the clock at 1:22. 4th and 7. This is going to be a big move when they come back. They want to make some good on this side, on the Troy Athens side of things. 7-7. West Bloomfield with Clarkson right now in West Bloomfield. Wow, big stuff. Thanks, Tim. We appreciate it. Now I know why you weren't doing the Tiger score, because that don't start for another half hour or 15, 20 minutes. So West Bloomfield and Clarkson notched at 7 right now. The powerhouse was in the OAA red there, or in the conference.
Also, a big congratulations to the Oxford Girl Scout program.
Got to say congratulations this past week, Oxford Golf, the lady golfers doing really well. Again, you can check out Oxford Athletic Strong I believe it's a .org. That's a pretty well updated site if your student does any type of athletics or you want to find out about Oxford Athletics. You can actually look it up, and they give you a little breakdown of every scoring attempt during the week. Big break here for Troy. They need the big break right now. They are out of the shotgun. He needs some yardage here. Little pitch out pass over there. Number 10, he's going to go for a trickster, and that will get denied, if not almost intercepted. They had what they needed. It was a trick play from Dunlap over to Hanbury, and they were trying to see what they could do to Conrad. Conrad was denied with, oh no, did they get that? They did get that. Wow. I didn't see him get that, but that was a great executed play then. My bad. Good job there by Troy on that well-executed play. Brings them to 1st and 10. They got about, looks like about 15 yards to get to the end zone. So they may very well punch it in here. They got about 1 minute to do it. And they're digging down. They're going to see what they can do. They don't want to be denied. Big handoff to number 10 once again. He's punching up some yardage, and he'll get about 8 yards on the play. Kanan Hanbury on that one. Now we're within 30 seconds. They got to work fast if they want to punch it in, and they're going to call timeout. Timeout, Troy. They will have a chance to punch it in before they go in the locker room. 14-7, Oxford leads this one.
Girls and boys cross country. Both the girls and boys cross country teams will run on Thursday of next week at the OAA League Championships. The meet will take place at Bloomer Park in Rochester. This is the final regular season meet before the teams enter the MHSAA region.
Once again, got to thank everybody helping us bring this broadcast to you tonight. Dan Weiss, who ate the green apple. We know that's good news when he does that. He's on our main board. New guy on camera tonight, doing a really good job. Thanks, James. We appreciate you. And the guy down on the carpet, the one and only, the only guy we will allow with our secret camera, it's Joe Hollywood Calhoun. People say, why do they call him Joe Hollywood Calhoun? Well, he's been to Hollywood. You can call me Jim Madison Heights Hughes. That's where I go. Okay, big defensive play here for Oxford. They're going to have to hold them. 33 ticks and 2nd and 4. Troy wants to punch it in and answer the call. Out of the shotgun, number 2, you know him, Dunlap. And Oxford's going to stop him. If not, drop him back. You don't want to be too rough. We don't want to get a penalty there. 25.2 seconds right now. First. It's another first down. They were sure they needed that first down. And new set of downs in 25 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, our dance team and our band will be playing at halftime.
Coming up again, you'll want to stay tuned as we always have our dance team and the band. They'll be on, bringing you the greatest entertainment around. Good stuff. Drew Holt, thanks. Oh, you was the one you wanted the one score, right? That was it. Thank you. $68 on our stream tonight. We're happy about that. Thank you. We appreciate it. You could very well sponsor our stream as well. I keep asking for sponsors. Dan, are we going to be streaming the basketball games this year or no? Okay, he was definitely down. We might. Okay. We do cover the basketball, but you can sponsor that. We cover a few more basketball games than we do football games, obviously. So it makes it a little bit harder to stream those, but you can sponsor those as well. That's coming up. Great array of basketball players. Again, I know we're not into the winter season yet, but it's not too early to think about it. Out of the over center, he hands it off, and wow, ooh, that is close, if not down to the 1 yard line. Hanbury gets stopped by Cordona, and that's going to be 2nd and 4. 15 seconds they got to punch it in. 21-14, Adams leads the Lake Orion. They're playing at Adams in Rochester, so Orion trying to get something, even a W on the list this year. So a little bit of work there. I would imagine they're like this one about to head into the halftime part of the program. But right now, 21-14, Adams picking up the lead on that. Still not quite sure why we're not getting our Clarkson. Oh, no, we did get our Clarkson a bit earlier. 43 to zip Frankenmuth over Bridgeport right now. Again, that's a mid-Michigan score there. Oxford is going to try to hold them for the next 15 seconds. They got 2nd and 2 right now. Not so interested in getting another first down. They're interested in punching it in. And your defensive line is going to try to prevent them from doing that. Dunlop and the crew, they want to go in and even this little thing up. Dunlop over center. He's got number 10 in the backfield. That, of course, Hanbury, who's been definitely a threat all night. Hanbury gets it, and without a problem, he marches it in for 6. Putting them back on the scoreboard with 14-13 right now. They're going to see what they can do to add another one. So that tandem team between Andrew Dunlop and Kanan Hanbury working good for your Troy Athens Redhawks. 57-6, Frankenmuth leads Bridgeport 57-6 at the halftime. Extra point attempt coming in. We haven't seen. Let's see what we can do here. See what they can do here. Gives me about 12 seconds, and whoa, that big kick there.
Kick is good.
Kick by number 13, Corbin Kita. And that'll even the score up at 14 at 12 seconds. I would imagine both coaches are going to let the time roll out, and then we get ready for the band to appear, and the band's all ready in the far right part of the field over there. They got their instruments ready. And we'll be off to the races there. We'll be taking a slight break here, as we always do. Once again, I'm Jim Hughes. Great to have you along with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for that cheer squad.
Also, we want to definitely always mention our cheerleaders who make it just a little nicer here at the stadium on a Friday night full of football, enjoying the night here, kind of enjoying the ambiance. Troy side still look a little sparse over there, a little bit of a travel, a little travel they have to make their way up from Troy. 12.1 ticks on the clock. And Oxford will be receiving it. Not quite sure what they can do. Well, maybe they can. Let's see what they can do. Looks like number 33, your kicker there. Noah Bohms. Bohms giving his line some last-minute instruction, how he wants things to go. Bohm getting ready to line up for the kick. Back in the backfield, number 6, Chris Pullman. Pullman ready to receive it, and if you know Chris Pullman, you know he wants to get downfield. Big boot and a little bit of a squib kick, and flags will go down on that.
Launch kick is out of bounds. Wildcat ball, 1st and 10.
1st and 10, you got 11.2 seconds. You got Hendricks, Jack Hendricks over center. Obviously, you're going to go to the air to see maybe if you can punch one in, if not get it close for a 3-point shot. Right now, you're definitely out of range for that 3-point shot, so I would imagine the air is where we're going on this. 11.2 seconds before we go to the locker room. Frankenmuth scores 64-6 at the half. Frankenmuth leads that one. 64-6. So I would imagine that's a running clock, Tim. Obviously, at 30 point, I know that down in the OAA red. I would imagine that's a Michigan thing. If the clock exceeds like 35, it's a running clock. So I would imagine they're in a running clock situation despite after they come back from the half. Okay, Jack Hendricks, here he goes. He's out of the shotgun. He's got 11.2 ticks to get downfield and see what he can do offensively. He's sending a full array of receivers downfield, and that will be snagged. Or no.
Jack Hendricks' pass is complete for Brody Casper.
Casper gets the ball, and it brings it within about 8 yards of a score here. Good job. First down, but now you have 3.1 seconds to punch it in. Casper on the catch. I thought the ref had waved it off. And here we go. Cavs will get a chance here, at least to punch it in to maybe go ahead. 3.1 ticks on the clock. On a beautifully executed pass from Jack Hendricks down to Casper. 3.1. The band's ready to pop it out on the field. Here we go. This will be Oxford's chance to go up. This is getting exciting. Yeah, exactly, Dragon fan. Tim, you do a great job, buddy. You do a great job. We appreciate you more than you know. Dragon fan, I tell you, I heard you with other people and other broadcasts, and you helped them out a lot. Okay, Jack Hendricks, 3.1 seconds, and here we go. It's all for naught, as the clock most likely will run out before the end of the play. We'll see what happens. Well, they're going to go for 3. And he gets it. Number 7, Max P, gets a chance to throw 3 up on the board and show you that he's got a new boot in town, as they'll go into the locker room here shortly with a 3-point advantage. End of the second quarter, again on the Max P kick, 3 points up on the hill there. The score right now is 17-14. We'll be back after the halftime and after the band does what they do. Once again, you're watching Oxford football on Oxford Community Television. We'll see you in a little bit. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Give it up for Oxford High School Varsity Dance Team. Behold, the pride of Oxford High School, the sensational, the spectacular, the undeniable phenomenon, your Oxford Wildcat Marching Band. Led by our drum majors, Lauren Macker, Caitlin Welp, Whitley Schutte, and Olivia Brick. Brought to life by our color guard captains, Miranda Morin and Savannah Baker. And featuring tonight's soloists, Ryan Ballard, Neil Hazelton, Drew Sawyer, Katie Allen, Max Shank, Cooper Graham, Rania Wiltman, and Will Bradford. The Wildcat Band invites you to gas, to cheer, to clap your hands and stomp your feet as they present their production of The Greatest Showman. Let's hear it for the Oxford Wildcat marching band.
And we are about to get underway with some football. The last two quarters of football here, 17-14. Again, Oxford is playing some havoc in this OAA Red with, of course, this brand new, I shouldn't say brand new coach, a coach that was with the previous coach and just kept the same core values, Mr. Pointner. As we get ready to kick it off here, Oxford will put the boot to it. And Troy will go back on the O side of things. Everybody wearing pink tonight in support of Breast Awareness Month. National Breast Awareness Month. And a lot of your sporting teams are wearing and supporting the pink. Big kick. And here we go. We're off to it. And that'll get dropped at about the 28-yard line, I would say, 11:56. As the clock rolls, and a quiet stadium tonight for some reason. Not quite sure why. So Oxford on the D right now, and Troy goes back on the O. And again, Oxford answering the call with a 3-point shot up the field with number 7 as they went into the locker room, Max B. The score right now, 17-14. On to the run right now, and he will not be stopped, number 10, and that, of course, is Kanan Hanbury, who we've heard a lot of this evening. Maybe about a 2-3 yard gain, if that. He kind of ran a big circle, sort of, I guess. Franken moves 7-6, and they lead it 10-7 half. Clarkston. The Wolves lead that one at 21-14. Adams at the half against Lake Orion. It's West Bloomfield. What? It's a West Bloomfield. It's at West Bloomfield, maybe. I'm not quite sure what that meant. And your pitch out in there, you're going to get some yardage on that play for Troy.
Andrew Dunlap, the ball carrier.
Dunlap held it and brought it across for about an 8-yard gain. Third down still for your Troy Athens Redhawks. Over center right now, number 2 himself, Andrew Dunlap. He's got a full array in the backfield, 3 backfield right now. One on the far right. He hands off to Hanbury on the carry, and 3 Oxford defenders saying no. And none the twain shall meet. 10-1, make some noise, it says on the scoreboard. You make some noise wherever you are and make it loud so we can hear it over here. I know Sophia's doing it. Sophia, you can hear, we heard her cheering all the way across, and she wasn't even on the stream. She was just yelling out her window. And it is at West Bloomfield. That's okay. Thank you. And on the keeper, and he does get first down plus. Not quite sure who is.
Defensive play, Red Hawk first down.
Redhawks pick up a first down plus on that one. On that carry, and we get to 9:23 here in the third. Dunlap out of the shotgun, and he's got a man next to him, and he's got a full array of receivers each side. So you realize he's going to the air. He's having a little dialogue here with his running back, and they're going to call timeout. He was chatting number 20 up, Brian Pierce Jr., who I think this is the first we've seen him tonight. And not quite sure if Brian wasn't missing the assignment or didn't know what the assignment was, but Dunlop was having a little bit of a dialogue with him, and they decided to call timeout. 17-14 right now at 8:49. Big crowd here tonight for your Oxford team. It always fills up. Again, we're going to be back here next Friday night, 3 in a row right here from the stadium. And again, we invite you back. We will be on the stream, and the only time we're not on the stream is when we're having a very maybe low internet or we're not getting the signal. But as of right now, we'll be on the stream again next week. Okay, out of the shotgun, he's still got a full array of receivers. He's all chatted up with number 20. Back in the game here, and going to the air, and look at pump fake, and big long pass. That is caught, and he'll roll in for a TD on a beautifully executed play from number 2 to 16. That, of course, Andrew Dunlop to Nathan Pigot, and they pull away with 6.
Dunlop's pass to Pickett is good into the end zone.
So they go on the board, and now they're at 20-17. They'll see about it notching another one up there. So it'll definitely be Oxford back trying to get down the field again to get something in the end zone. Playing a pretty evenly matched contest tonight, but I'll tell you, some of these plays that Troy has got on their board are definitely being...
Lowe's kick is good. He scored.
These Troy plays that they've drawn up have seemed to work. I can't, like I said, I find it hard to believe this is a 2-4 and a 1-4 in the OAA blue. I mean, these guys are playing great tonight here against the home team of Oxford. Again, any night can be changed, and again, they came in here. We thought maybe an easy V. You should never think that. 2-4 overall for this team. 1-4 in the OAA blue. Your Oxford team has 4-2 overall. 2-2 in the OAA red. And here we go again. And Cats will get a chance to go and maybe notch it up on the board. Still a mild night here in the stadium. I mean, like as you would expect in the mid part of October, early mid part of October. 33 on the kick here will be Noah Bohms, who has booted a few long and has booted a few short. And there's a big one from him right there. And that'll be received by number 5 for the run. And he gets knocked right up. And that, of course, number 5 is Chase Cardona on the carry.
Cardona, the ball carrier, tackled by Osmond.
8:34, we keep it rolling.
First and 10 Wildcats.
Okay, Jack Hendricks will get a chance at the helm again to see what he can do to punch it downfield. Sophia, you're saying you were sassy? She said that on the stream. Big punch out, and up the middle he goes. It's number 19, and on that carry, gets a first down plus. That, of course, Seth Tabor. We saw him a lot in the first quarter. Jack Hendricks over center right now, too far right. He's got one in the backfield, one in motion. Number 42 on the motion. That would be Krupa, and right behind him. Hands off the ball to number 19 again. Another first down. Bingo. And yes, that'll be Seth Tabor on the run. Coach chewing up yardage the old-fashioned way, 10 at a time. So Cats are on the charge right now to get downfield and get one in and take a lead on this game. Jack Hendricks over center. He's got one in the backfield and man in motion far side. Looks like he hands it off again to Tabor. Tabor's like, okay, I'm going to keep going. And Tabor is still going to about the 30. Chain Gang is getting tired of Tabor running because they're moving too. They're down 10, first and 10 again. Tabor giving that Chain Gang a big, big exercise boy tonight with moving those chains back and forth. .708 right now, 17-21. Cats are down by 4. Close to their own end zone, though, looking for a punch in. Jack Hendricks over a balanced line. He's got two on the far left here. One in the backfield, man in motion. He goes into motion. Hands off to, well, you know, I've said it before, and that is, I do believe that's Tabor. Make sure it is. Now to get Taylor on the carry there on that one. Five-yard gain. That gives a 2nd and 5. Close to the end zone, though. 17-7. The Wolves are definitely leading this one at West Bloomfield. Wow. I can only imagine that stadium. That stadium is unbelievable over there. Big serious about their football. Handoff from Hendricks to number 6, of course. Chris Pullman on the run. He gets maybe about 4 or 5 on there. We'll see if the Chain Gang does move. And they are moving. 1st and 10. He gets it. So Cats are getting up the real estate and bringing it downfield, and they're going to try to punch one in here and go up on the board. Hendricks doing some of that short ball with 1st and 10s all the way down. Hendricks over center. Hands off to number 19, and that's Tabor. Tabor gets it all the way to within about 6. That's going to be close on the first down. And it will be, I don't know, are they going to move him? Well, I guess it's going to be 1st and goal, right? First down, 1st and goal for your Wildcats right now. As the Chain Gang will back up for a few minutes. 5:21, 17-14. Wildcats, 17-21, my bad. Wow, I took some points away there. 21-17, Cats are down by 4. And you punch it in for a score. Looks like Chris Pullman made that one, and that was on the give from Jack Hendricks coming out to see what he can do. Max P., who put up 3 right before they went in the locker room. Max doing really well with that foot of his. Good job, Max. Let's see if he can do another one. Put it up on the board. And again, we said early on in the season, those are some tough shoes to fill. Max P. getting lined up for him. He's going to try to notch it for another point. And right now, we'll see what they can do. That goes in between the uprights. That's how you're supposed to do it. Max said, that's how I'm supposed to do it. And that'll put the score at, should be about 24-21. 3-point game once again. So that 3-point kick earlier by Max making a lot of difference right now. Freshmen and both the junior varsity played off in Clarkston, or I shouldn't say in Troy last night, getting word that they fared pretty well. Ryan Clark going to line it up to boot one downfield, and I would imagine Troy Athens are going to be off to the races once again. So evenly matched game despite their records. I'm not quite sure Troy's really accurately reflects the way they can play because obviously they're just playing great tonight. Number 12 on the catch, that would be Jack Boren. Again, want to remind you, supporting all month long here, Breast Care Awareness Week. And, of course, that's why everybody on the field and the cheerleaders and the students all donning the pink tonight. And, again, you can really see that in a lot of their uniforms. Oxford players are wearing pink, but where you see it a lot is on that Troy team. A lot of their socks are pink. So trying to make awareness of something that is very challenging to get. Back at it offensively. Out in the shotgun, it is number 2, Andrew Dunlop. Hands off to number 10, and we've seen him do some damage tonight. And that, of course, Kanan Hanberry for about an 8-yard gain. Second, and it looks like maybe about 3. Second and 3 as Troy sits just before the midfield point, and 4:31 in the third. And again, Cats just went on the board at 24-21. Only a 3-point deficit there, not undoable for Troy. And again, the way they've been playing, marching it downfield. Again, your Cats definitely definitely paying attention like they did last weekend. Well, they definitely rose to the occasion. Out of the shotgun and a little bit of a pitch pass to number 3. We know who he is. That, of course, is Grayson Conrad. Conrad for the run. That's going to throw down another 1st and 10. Now, early on, they had Conrad, and I thought we saw him maybe in the QB position for a minute, but I doubt that. But again, I did see him throw one. It had been one of them trick plays. But an earlier executed play by Troy was the relay from Dunlop to Hanberry to that long bomb down to Conrad, and he was able to punch it in right after that. Out of the shotgun right now, it's Dunlop, and they are going to throw yellow on the carpet, and it is in the backfield, so I'm not quite sure it's going to go against Oxford. That might be too much time, not quite sure. It's going to back up Clarkston for about maybe looks like maybe 5-yard penalty, maybe. That'll put him at 1st and 15 at 4:03 in the third. Officials are definitely making sure that everything's played right. And run will get him maybe a 3-4 yard gain best. Should be about 3rd and 12.
Dunlop, the ball carrier, tackle made by A.J. Cooper and Krebs. 2nd down.
3rd and 11. Troy Athens again trying to punch one downfield. Again, only a 3-point difference here, 24-21. As a 2-4 came into a 4-2, and I tell you, this 2-4, I mean, I can't even imagine in the blue where they sit because they do play smart football. Out of the shotgun, Dunlop, he's got a man behind him, and he's got two far left, one on the right side. Hands going to do a little screen or long bomb pass to number 16, and that will be complete. And that goes to Nathan Pigot. Or Piggott, there we go. I'm getting the right pronunciation, not Pigot. In France, it would probably be Pigot. Try to get out of it, right? 3:08 right now at 24-21. Could be Peugeot. Who knows? I'm just not going to butcher Max's. I'm going to call him Max P until we find out how to say his last name. Palacios, is that how you say it? Okay. I'm going Max P. Out of the shotgun, Dunlop. He's got one in the backfield, and he holds on to it. He's going to punch it up for about maybe 4-yard gain best. 254, and again, it almost sounds like a golf match here because nobody's cheering. It's just very quiet. 21-20, Adams. Lake Orion making a stab here. Good job, Lake Orion. Maybe you can get one in tonight here and actually help Oxford by putting Adams down. Again, a win down there, Lake Orion beating Adams, that would help Oxford. Our Lake Orion friends trying to do their best. Okay, over center, and he hands off to number 10. You know that guy. And he gets down to about the 2-yard line. That's Keenan Hanbury for a 1st and goal right now at 2:10.
Hanbury, the ball carrier, his hands underway on the tackle, results in the play of the Troy Athens 1st down.
And over center he goes, hands off to Hanbury, and it looks like Hanbury punches it in for a TD6.
Keenan Hanbury into the end zone for the Redhawks.
Hanbury on the relay from Dunlap, and they go up again 6. That'll put them at 27-24. And with the notch on with the notch here, it might even be a 4-point game once again. Like I said, they're both playing back and forth football tonight. Okay, we'll see what he can do here as he goes to the extra, and that goes up, and that'll be a 4-point game once again, and the Troy Athens leading it 28-24. Hate to be the bearer of bad news in that Tiger game right now. As we are in the end of the second, Mariners lead it over your Tigers 1-0. End of 2, and they, again, we'll keep on that one as well. Tigers are down 1-0. So just keep it right here. We'll keep you updated on that score. You don't got to worry about that baseball. You can just worry about us right here. $21 all in. Dragon fan Tim letting us know Oxford and Lake Orion and Adams at Adams. Number 33 from Troy, Noah Bohms, likes to have a little discussion with his line before he actually does the kick, and you don't see that often, but he wants to make sure everybody's on page or on the same page when he does his kick. So here he goes. He's going to blast one downfield, and he does just that. The ball falls, and it'll take about an Oxford bounce. And then do we have a flag? I thought no. 141, and the Wildcats need some points. 28-24. They're down by 4. Grand Blanc leading their game 43-0. And once again, we say a winning salute out to our friends in Grand Blanc. Oxford going to try to get something offensively here out of the shotgun. Jack Hendricks doing it alongside him. Bad snap, and it goes down on the ground, and we'll just be lucky to keep it. Hendricks does get the recovery on the drop. That definitely was not what was planned. .113 will be doing it on the other end of the field. It'll be about a minute left here to get downfield. Then they'll flip sides, and Cats need points. They're down by 4. Going to the big air, and he tosses it to, looks like number 20. I believe it's 28. 28. Krupa, number 42. And again, if you've just tuned in, we always remind our watchers and listeners that number 42 is an honored number here for the late Tate Meir. High school rules will not allow you to retire a jersey. So it was decided that teammates would vote who could wear that jersey by other teammates. Back to live action out of the shotgun and finding himself in trouble. Hendricks, he manages to get out of it for a first down on the carry. Number 88 with the carry on that one, Brady Hasselbring, who we saw Earl definitely play a big key role in West Bloomfield. Now going back to number 42, it was decided every year that the other players would vote and be able to carry that number 42 in honor of the late Tate Meir. So quite an honor to be honored to carry that number. Handoff going to number 6, and he'll get first down plus, and that'll go all the way up to about the 20, and the carry was Chris Pullman on the Jack Hendricks give. Sophia, who is related to the late Tate Meir, said it's a beautiful thing that is done, and their family fully supports it. The entire family supports that wearing of the number 42 in honor of Tate Meir. Over a balanced line, Jack Hendricks looking good as he has a man in the backfield, 2 on this side, looking to go back on the road with number 19. And he gets maybe about 10 yards on that, maybe if more, giving him, it should be 1st and 10. So we are within just a few to get in the end zone. There's only not even 0.5 seconds. 0.1, they'll let it roll at 3. They'll bring it to the other end and pick it up with a chance to punch it in the end zone in the last quarter of play. We're going to take a slight break here. Once again, want to thank the broadcast team here tonight. I want to thank Dan Weiss running the master control. He's giving himself the arms up, arms up. James on camera. You having a good time, James? I think he is. Is he having fun? You keeping him busy, Dan? And the man on the field, we call him the Rover, Joe Hollywood Calhoun. Oh, now this is where the young man gets to try to kick a field goal for the 24th Street Tavern. Joe's down there catching this. Here we go. He knocked his shoe off, I think. I don't know where the ball went. Well, that's the first time we've seen a shoe fall off, so there you go. And the shirt? Yeah. 28-24 right now. We got 12 minutes of football here, and the Wildcats need to get up on the board. Down by 4. Down within striking range right now, and they're going to do their best to punch one in. Once again, I urge you to stay tuned, and again, we'll be back here again next Friday. Handoff to number 6. Around the corner he goes. He's still rolling through the middle of it all, and he'll be dropped for maybe it's going to be close. Could be first down. 6 on the carry, Chris Pullman, who was weaving himself out like a basket there. It was crazy. Pickett, big stop there. Cats within striking range to go back up on the board. 11:30 in the last quarter of play here on a Friday night here at the Oxford Stadium. Beautiful night for ball. Number 3, Jack Hendricks over center. 2 in the backfield. He hands it off to number 6. Number 6, yes. Chris Pullman says, I'm going to get 6 for my Oxford Wildcats. And we'll see about notching another one up on the board. And they'll go back up again. Anybody have the word on the Clarkston West Bloomfield game? Love to hear that one. Number 7, Max P. He's ready to notch another one. 28-30 right now. This is going to drop him within again 4. Let's see, where we go. Boom.
This was taking a field.
31-28. They again lead it by 3 at 11-11-11. All 1-1-1 all the way across the board. Great to have you along on our stream. Once again, we mentioned it a bit earlier. If you'd like to help us out so we can do other sporting events or maybe even musical performances, our TV station, without getting too deep into it, funding is definitely being challenged by a lot of your cable companies and streaming companies. And we would like to have a sponsor. You could sponsor anything. We have a great package. Your business is going to get mentioned and a billboard over any type of the venue that we carry. Anyways, back to the kickoff here once again. Cats are going to give the ball back to Troy Athens. 21-21 Adams. 29-21, I should say. And your player will drop on it at about the 32. He's still on the carpet there.
Nathan Piggott on recovery for the Redhawks. First and 10.
And here we go. They're going to go back on the O to see what they can do to punch it downfield. And Dunlap is going to carry and hold on to it. And so he'll get stopped by the front line of Oxford. He actually gets kind of tripped up by one of his own players. Number 77 was on the bottom of the pile. Yaden Yosef was on the bottom of that. He got tripped up by his own guy. .37. It's going to be really, really close, as I say. They're playing back and forth. And, again, they're trading scores, and it's definitely going to get challenging as we get closer. But 10-26 and what I would say a very fast-played game here this evening. Out of the shotgun. He finds himself in trouble. He gets brought to the carpet. Does he get that? Not quite sure if it is. It's number 3 on the... It was incomplete. Conrad looked like he might have had it, but I'll tell you, going to the ground real hard, Andrew Dunlap, he had 3 Oxford defenders. Mid-third of the Tigers-Seattle game, and the Mariners lead it still by 1-0. Okay, here we go. Big third down, and Dunlap will try to unload it. He gets thrown down to the guy. He does get the ball complete. 16 on the carry for the first down plus. And that is, of course, Nathan Piggott. And on the outlet, that saved Dunlap as he was being heavily pressured. And they'll head back down to their side of the field. Once again, it's been trading them back and forth all night long. .9:40, the clock still rolling right now. Dunlap brings the play in. And again, here we go. Back and forth football here tonight. Out of the shotgun, Dunlop. He's got a man behind him, far right, 2, and 1 on our side. He's going to hold on to it, and he carries it up to about maybe a 4 or 5 yard gain. And again, the entire line trying to get there, still doing it. You don't want to keep doing that. You'll probably get a penalty. I wanted to mention who got him. It was pretty much the entire line. Bottom of the third right now. Seattle leads it still 1-0. Dragon fan Tim, 29-21. Adams picked up a victory. That's not a complete, is that? 17-10. Clarkston still leading it at West Bloomfield. Again, Clarkston leading that OAA red like they always do.
Unsportsmanlike against the Redhawks.
We have an unsportsmanlike against your Redhawks, which they did not need that because that backed them up even more. 8:56, and that's going to be like 2nd and 22. You don't need that when you're trying to go forward. Little confusion underneath out of the shotgun, Dunlop. And again, they'll call timeout. Redhawks will call timeout again. A big penalty there against them with unsportsmanlike contact. 8:40 right now, fourth quarter action here in Oxford. Score is 31-28. Oxford leads it by 3 from a Max P. boot right before we went in the locker room. Once again, want to say thank you to everybody supporting Pink this evening. Breast Care Awareness Weekend, or week, or month. And a lot of your sporting teams are supporting it with Pink. Again, Breast Care Awareness Month. And I think everybody's been touched by that. Okay, back to it here, and Troy Athens out of the shotgun, Dunlop, and he's got a man behind him, and he's got 2 on this side, 1 on the far right. Dunlop takes it, and he's going to try to make up that yardage they lost, and he gets almost up to the original line of scrimmage, maybe just a bit short. That's going to be like 3rd and maybe 12 best. Big third down here once again. Well, when we hear JR do that, we know it's a big third down, and this is a big one for Troy, a big one for Oxford. Holding them here will definitely do a big favor to Oxford on this one. 7:58, and again, a big hold here for Oxford if they cannot let them punch it down to the next end zone. Out of the shotgun, Dunlop. It looks like he's going to go to the air. He's heavily pressured, and that will be caught by number 16, pick up the first down. And, of course, that is Nathan Pickett, who seems to be able to rescue Dunlop out of any problem that he might have. Pickett knows where to be, when to be, and where he has to go. So, 1st and 10 as the Troy Athens Redhawks are punching it downfield to within another score range here. Only a 3-point problem here with Troy. They could punch it up for a field goal, and they'd be a tie and notched at 31. But I know they want to go in for a TD. Over center right now is Andrew Dunlop. He's got 3 in the backfield. Hands off to, it looks like maybe number 10, like always. And that would go to Hanbury, number 10. Yes, picking up a few yards on that. 2nd and about, still 10, not really a gain on the play. 7:20 right now. Now, if you settle for 3, Cats could still punch it down for a score, and the extra point would take you to a win. So 3 would get you to 31. Or a score would actually, well, let's see how it plays out. Right over center, Dunlop. He's got 3 in the backfield. You know he's going to run it. Looking to go to the air, big time air, and it is overthrown. And once again, good coverage by Oxford. Once again, another big third down coming at you. Gotta wonder if JR goes home and asks, like, it's time for dinner. Never gets old, Dan. Never gets old. We gotta go to the bank. Out of the shotgun, big down here for Dunlop. He is going to be pressured by the entire line. Dropped for maybe a 3-yard gain. You don't want to get too rough on the QB, otherwise you're going to get a flag. I know Oxford's excited. Again, I mean, you don't need to get a penalty here right now, but Dunlop got brought down pretty heavily. And again, I'm not one calling for the flag. I'm just saying, once forward motion is stopped, I think you pretty much got that. So I know you're excited. It's a Friday night. You're playing ball, but a penalty with a team like this, that would just do what you want them to do. This is going to go to, they're going to try to notch it for 3 and tie the game right here. And here we go, number 33 on the kick. And that does get waved away on a good try by number 33, Noah Bohms, who've been hitting them all night. Benefit to Oxford as they'll get the ball back. 31-28, they still lead it by 3.
The Varsity boys soccer team won their district opener against Lapeer by a 5-0 score last night. The Wildcats will now advance to district semifinals, which will be held next Tuesday, October 14th. The opponent is Lake Orion, and that game will take place at 7 p.m. at Lapeer High School, Optimus Field. We hope you can make it out Tuesday night. Just in time, Wildcats.
First and 10 for your Oxford Wildcats, 5:57. They lead it by 3. Still enough time for Troy to come back. So here we go. And Jack Hendricks will maybe get a yard 2.
Hillman, the ball carrier, brought down by number 5. Krula.
And now that'll be first and about, does that look like 8, I believe? Yeah, 5:28.
Second down.
Once again, Trevor Potts keeping it all real here for his Oxford Wildcat team. He hands it off to number 6, and that'll be maybe a 3-yard carry. Chris Pullman on the carry. That's going to bring you 3rd and maybe 7.
Tackle. Gain of 3 on the play. 3rd down.
It's going to be 2nd and 7, right? Or that should be, yeah. 2nd and 7, 4:41. 31-28, they still lead it. But again, that would be terrible to turn it over down there with this Troy Athens team. Coming up next Friday, not that we want to think that far ahead, but North Farmington will be in, and Cats will get the first down plus on the carry by number 88, Brady Hasselbrain, kind of protecting them a little bit better at 4:17. And again, next Friday we'll be in this exact same place at 7 o'clock airtime, North Farmington. And that'll be our last home game of the season. Great to be here last week. Great to be here this week. We're looking forward to next week. Some great football here from the stadium. Want to say thank you to our own Will Julian tonight, who normally is here with us, but he's producing and doing some kind of play or something, right? He's a director and multitasker, Will Julian, who always helps us out too. We got James doing a great job as well. Hendricks over center, hands off number 19. You know him. He's running. He keeps going, and he'll be stopped at about the 39. And that, of course, Seth Tabert. As is Andrew Dunlop is to Kanan Hanberry. Jack Hendricks is to Seth Tabert, if you were to do a math equation on that. Now they're going to call a replay of first down. What happened? And another unneeded penalty that we should never have gotten. Not quite sure what happened there, but it's going to be a replay of first down on a successful run by number 88. And here we go out of the shotgun. It'll be Hendricks, and he's going to hand it off for maybe a 4 or 5 yard gain. This will go second and about 6. Seth Tabert, I believe that was a carrier. 3:02. The clock is really not going to hurt Oxford as long as they can keep possession, as they lead it by 3 at 31-28. Again, are they getting penalized again? Wow. If anything's going to hurt you, it's going to be yourself sometimes. Now it's going to be 1st and 15, 3 minutes on the clock. I mean, 1st and 15, that's doable. And the clock actually becomes the enemy of Troy right now. So possession time is really beneficial for Oxford here. On the handoff, he hands it off to number 19. Around the corner he goes for maybe a 3 off the original line of scrimmage, and that'll be 2nd and maybe 7. Tabert on the carry. And again, this clock is really going to be the enemy of Troy. And there's not much they can do about it other than either punch the ball out or cause some type of a turnover. And again, the clock sits at 2:20, 31-28. Oxford leads it by 3. So, as long as Oxford can keep getting first downs, that's going to probably be the smart way to go. Again, 2nd and 7 right now. They can punch it up for another few, play some short ball, and they could probably walk out with a 3-point victory, 3-point deficit victory here in the October 10th Friday night version of Oxford football. Okay, let's thank the group around the broadcast team. Once again, I want to thank Dan's Weiss running master control, Joe Hollywood Calhoun down on the bottom. Normally Will Julian here tonight. He's producing a play, and we got James doing a great job. Thanks, James. We appreciate you. I'm Jim Hughes, trying to bring you a little bit of what this Oxford game brings us. A lot of joy. Thanking all the entities who help us out as well. Thank you to Addison Township, Leonard Village, Oxford Village, and Oxford Township. Your funding helps us do what we do, whether it be a musical performance or even a football contest. Jack Hendricks over center. He's got one on our side, man in motion 10. He looks like he's going to hand it off to Tabert. Why not? Success. And move it up another 3 to 4 yards. This will be 3 and maybe about 4, I would think. 3 and 4, and like I said, the clock now becoming an enemy of Troy Athens. If you could punch that ball out of a Oxford carrier, you might have a chance here. But right now, that clock is seriously becoming an enemy of Troy. And Troy playing a very well-played game tonight. I tell you, they are not the 2 and 4, 1 and 4 record that shows on the piece of paper. They play with their hearts. Again, I have to tell you that. Over center, Jack Hendricks, far right side, far left side. He has 2 in the back, and he is going to go to number 19. That is going to be just shy of the first down. 4th and 1 at that. 4th and 1. Oh, boy. You got to question yourself. What do you do here? You got to at least 4th and 1. This is Dan Campbell football right here. 108. 4th and 1. You don't get across. You punch up Troy in pretty good field position. Another barn burner here. Here we go. 31-28. A minute left on the clock. And this is another exciting contest here. And once again, $1.08. If they get this first down, they could probably knee it out. If they don't get the first down, Troy gets it, they're going to have to protect a 3-point lead. And that is going to be challenging. I tell you, this is definitely getting close. 4 and 1. We don't make them like this. We just paint the picture. And we're broadcasting. And as the young ones like it now, take me home, country road. Here we go. Jack Hendricks, he needs to get this. They need to get a first down here. They do need to get a first down. And looking over a balanced line right now, man in motion, and no penalties to begin. They're trying to draw them off, and I don't think they're moving. And that's what they were trying to do, draw, and no catch on the draw. They called timeout. 4th and 1. The clock has not started.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's here for the HEB. The Oxford team.
Mid-4th in Seattle. The Mariners lead it 1-0 right now. We are here with an exciting one ourselves at 31-28. Oxford's got the ball with 4th and 1. They need to get to 1 or they're going to have a defense that has to hold them back because 3 gets a tie. 1 score, it'll be a walk-off for Troy Athens. Athens does realize that as well. So big defense coming here for Troy. Oxford's going to see what they can do to punch it across and maybe get a first down. First down will win it for them, I would imagine. Here we go, and we take the ball, and it's going to be challenged. Here we go. Oxford pointing that first down, and we'll find out what they got the first down when they need it. That first down is going to secure a Oxford victory as it'll be kneeing it out for the rest of the way. I believe Jack Hendricks will get a chance to knee it out. And without saying, a Troy Athens team that definitely played strong tonight. Of all the opponents, I am telling you, these guys, they did not give up. So Jack Hendricks will do the knee victory formation. I would imagine maybe they'll play one more out. But I believe it's going to be the knee victory formation as the clock rolls down. And there you go. And once again, a hard-fought contest tonight as both teams reach across the aisle. And they are congratulating themselves each on well-played football. They both played their hearts out. At the end of this one, once again, Oxford picks up a victory. The final score, a close one here in Oxford. It's Oxford 31 and Troy Athens 28. For everybody, our broadcast team here, we want to thank the Oxford Cable Commission for allowing us to do what we do here. We want to thank Dan Weiss at Master Control, Joe Hollywood Calhoun on the main field, and our brand new cameraman doing a great job, James. For everybody here at the Oxford Stadium, final score, once again, 31-28. I'm Jim Hughes. We'll see you next Friday night for Oxford football. Good night, everybody.
Ready, 2, 1, 2, ready, and.